chasing you like the tail of a dog. I don't get no sleep when we kiss in the dark like we do. I just love the way it feels. Yeah, I know it's bad, but I can't resist. When I look in your eyes, I don't know what is real. All I know is that I could go anywhere, anywhere, as long as you're with me. Oh, I'm drunk and I know it, but I got you close and kinda hoping that one day we'll get the rhythm of it. Yeah, 'cause no one knows if we're just jumping out the window, try to cling on to it. You got me holding on to something I know I can burn me down, but I don't care about it, 'cause I got you close and kinda hoping that one day we'll get the rhythm of it. You got me holding on to something I know I can burn me down, but I don't care about it, 'cause I got you close and kinda hoping that one day we'll get the rhythm of it.
I'm getting tired of your bullshit. I'm tired of your voice. I'm getting tired of the way you leave me hanging with no choice. If you would ask me long ago, back when you seduced me, yeah, I felt like a domino, but I knew you were liability. He said, baby, I've been dying to see you. Almost thought we were through. I've been busy hanging with my boys, but you look stunning. I forgot how fine you are, but I didn't forget to give you a call. I was just busy with, oh, shut up, 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 shut up, 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 up. Such a dumb, 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 dumb. It's almost funny. Got the lips of an angel, got the eyes of a beast, got the hands of a helper, got me weak to my knees. If you would ask me long ago, already knew you were poison. Yet I felt like a domino when you showed up here. He said, baby, I've been dying to see you. Almost thought we were through. I've been busy hanging with my boys, but you look stunning. I forgot how fine you are, but I didn't forget to give you a call. I was just busy with, oh, shut up, 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 shut up, shut up, shut up, shut shut up. Such a dummy. It's almost far up.
All right, chat, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Friday, baby. How is the road trip? God. I don't know. Saw a couple of those road trip cutscenes and was feeling a type of way about it, I guess. What is up, everybody? What is up? Friday. I was thinking I actually was not going to stream today because I spent the last couple hours helping Peter get some multiplayer footage for the next for his next video, the next in the game that is the subject of his next video. I looked at the time and I was like, oh, I don't know, a little later than I normally start, but I think it's okay. I told everybody we were going to stream on Friday, and I wanted to follow through on that. And what else? I think it's okay for us to go into this stream being like, this is going to be kind of like a hard 3 hours, and then we're good. You know what I mean? Just that's what we're shooting for today. Did you get the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion while it's on sale too? No, I'll look into that though. I will look into that. Lamp, it can't stay for long. Just want to say thank you for your streams of this game. I love this game and loving everything you have to say about it. Oh, Lamp, thank you. Very kind comment. I appreciate it. It's on sale. Yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff on what do you call it? That Switch eShop sale. You know, there's that like, oh, Nintendo games never go on sale thing, and I'm like, I don't know. Seems like there's a lot of games on sale right now, I guess. Oh man. Friday, chat. I'm kind of excited for the weekend, to be honest with you all. Guys, we're kind of just jumping into the game. You know what I mean? We were kind of like right in the middle of a part last time we left off. So I don't know if we really need like a lot of setup. And I think I'm like, I kind of have my feelings about Bot Dang and Rampa because of your post on Discord. Good. We're all going to talk about it. That Famicom Detective Club sale, I think I'm going to get that MEO game. I want to play it. Yeah, I think we're going to jump in. And I think like I have, oh my God, look at this. Oh wait, hold on. Shout out to all the people that were subbing while the waiting screen was playing. Eastman, Kodak, JP, Browncoat, Lion gifted a sub to Lamp. Scientician's here. Lion gifted a sub to Don't Lock. On to Twin Rova, Thailand64, Zora Fox. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here, getting your subs in so you don't see any ads, and just to keep these streams going, just to keep them going. You know what I mean? What was I saying? I'm gonna go get a Subway and eat while watching Jake. Oh man, listen, I love the idea. I don't love Subway. I don't know if I can condone Subway. But anyways, yeah, I really want to jump in and get things started, because something that I've been thinking to myself is that I feel like I could write a book about the beginning of this game. And I think about it a lot in comparison to Xenoblade Chronicles 1, which I think has a really strong beginning. And just from like a almost like literary theory point of view, the things that Xenoblade 1 does, I think are actually sound. It's not like the game's doing some like genius act of writing from the pen to the text, but I think it's like structurally very sound. It's you know, you can kick the tire and it feels good. And you can use it to kind of demonstrate a lot of like broad ideas about how stories work. And I think like this game, I think actually does the opposite, and it gives me a lot of like, I kick the tire and the tire is flat. And you can kind of go between them and like bring up different craft ideology and be like, hey, do you see how this game is doing this? And you go, yeah. And then I go, okay, now do you see how this one is doing this? And I think it's like undeniable. But I think we can talk about that till our faces turn blue. It's funny how optimistic you are at the beginning of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because of 1. Yeah. I'd love to read any article you read about the franchise. The community is desperately in need of educated opinions about the writing. I'm kind of hesitant to create content about this game, if I'm being completely honest with you all. part of the reason that I made the VODs on YouTube members only is because I like a part of me, this is going to sound so lame, so I apologize, but like a part of me is like not interested in being in conversation with like a certain part of this fan base that I think has like a high propensity for saying stuff in the comments that makes me mad. So there has been a little bit of like a self-preservation thing with playing this game, just because you guys like would not believe like the DMs that I've gotten and like the like crazy people in like random comments because of these streams. So like I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, am I really gonna write this like a written piece about these games so that some like YouTuber I don't respect can pull it up and make a piece of content about how wrong I am? That's like kind of how I anticipate this going. So I don't know. I'm wary of having bad faith conversations, and I maybe there's a way that I can figure out to have maybe more like a good faith conversation with the people that I'm interested in being in conversation with. But otherwise, I think that like just kind of like doing it this way is like what's best for like me and my sanity. Especially since like I know you guys know this, but like I'm like a fake content creator, you know what I mean? I feel like I have like a whole career and a job, and this is something that I do because it's like there's like a part of me that like wants to do it, and I like being in this space in this way. But I think if my goal was like to make as much money as possible from being a content creator on the internet, you would see me having like a very different relationship with these games online, right? I think it's fair to say for anybody watching that I'm not, you know what I mean? I think you all realize that I'm not milking this. We did a 2-month hiatus, so, you know, I like so yeah, just kind of taking it on our own. But anyways, that was even more preamble than I wanted to do. Let's get through these battles and see where this game is going. So again, I don't think people, I think we've talked about it a lot here, so I don't know how much people are really interested in me like relitigating kind of the setup and the general arc of the beginning of this game. So I feel like the best strategy going forward is to just kind of like see what it's doing more in the moment and try to take it in and try to have like an honest reaction while still recognizing that I think a lot of my complaints are going to continue to permeate in the game. Lion, thank you so much for the gifted. I'd love to hear a recap since I've missed a couple of streams. Yeah, I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. I think like, okay, wait, can I get some head nods? Can I get some thumbs up, something in the chat just for me to do like a headlines only run through of I think the core issues with what's going on in this game in comparison to Xenoblade 1. Can I get some head nods in the chat? I don't want people to be sitting here going like, no, let's just like go to the next thing. Really? Okay. So I think something that has been on my head, something that has been just kind of circling around me, orbiting my mind as I think about these games, is like just this existential question of why does Shulk work and why does Rex and Pyra for me not work? You know, this is my question. My goal is to like answer this question. So I think if I'm talking about Shulk, I would say that Shulk is an effective protagonist because he is driven by what I would say is a narratively coherent and emotionally grounded motivation that shapes the story's structure and his character arc. Okay? Emotionally grounded motivation that shapes the structure of the story at large and the structure of his character arc. So hold that in your head. And then when I look at Rex, I feel like Rex is written into a predetermined emotional trajectory. I'm thinking, of course, about his relationship with Pyra, his bond with Pyra, without the narrative work that is kind of needed to earn or dramatize that connection. So I think a lot of the effect that has on me as an audience member is that I feel that the result is a protagonist whose kind of character, journey, plot, and specific character arc is largely told and not experienced. I think it's the kind of thing that when you describe it, when you list out all of the background details and the stuff happening in this, it maybe takes on a life of its own off of the page. But on the page, the game doesn't do a good job of dramatizing the things that are important to it. So when I'm thinking about this, the something that I come back to a lot and that you've heard me talk about a lot is the catalyst of the story, and how the catalyst for Shulk was, I think, way more clear than the catalyst for Rex and why the journey started. But I think, like, if we go a little bit deeper into that, Jesus Christ, guys, you need to know, this is just my class. You are just getting my class, but instead of like talking about a book, we're talking about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This is literally just my class. All right, this is all we do. All right, I literally heard myself, and I'm like, I am just walking in footsteps that I did in a classroom. It's so stupid. Oh my God. All right. So, thinking about Shulk's catalyst and why it worked, I think Shulk's arc begins with something that is emotionally legible and narratively catalytic, okay? So, if you think about the catalyst to Shulk's story, which is Fiora's death, this aligns with the definition of plot that I like the most, which comes from the essayist Matthew Salesses, which is the acceptance or rejection of consequences. Because how you respond to consequences reveals a character's worldview. So, Shulk loses somebody who's really important to him. And how Shulk responds, the adventure that Shulk chooses to go on in response to that consequence is the plot. And it does double duty. It does more than one thing at one time by also revealing how Shulk feels about the world at large, revealing what Shulk's priorities are, what is important to Shulk on a personal level, on an emotional level, on a grounded level. And I think that there's a writer I like, Lisa Crone. She talks about how the engine of any story, this is important, this is huge. The engine of any story is the emotional need of the protagonist, right? So the thing that Shulk is trying to resolve on his journey is ultimately something internal, right? Because what about the world is different if he gets revenge for Fiora, right? There's something we understand that again, I like that term, the engine of the story is the emotional hole that Shulk needs to be filled. So to kind of summarize this whole thing, if you look at Fiora's death in a vacuum, I think what it does is that it's a clear cause and effect. We love that. We love that in stories. Shulk makes a choice, and I think he chooses revenge. And you can see how later in the story, that choice is kind of like, that's definitely a choice. It's not something he had to choose. That's what he chose. And which again, reveals stuff about Shulk. 2, that grounded emotional anchor of losing Fiora. I think the story does a really good job of scaffolding Fiora as someone who it would hurt to lose, right? We get scenes of them that are, again, grounded, sentimental, emotional, that are there to build an attachment to Fiora. I think there's even a little portion of the game at the very beginning. Chat, is there a little portion of the game where they have you like control Fiora and like run around in a little house for like 5 seconds at like the very beginning? Am I remembering that correctly? There is. Damn, dude. See, they were thinking, dude. They were thinking, those fuckers. God damn. So again, a grounded emotional anchor. And then another good element of a catalyst in a story, the foundational worldview shift. So this is going to tie into some other stuff we talk about with Xenoblade 1, but this almost belief that this belief with it's like concerned with changing fate. And you kind of like see this underneath Shulk's actions in the story, right? This belief that he can change fate. This belief that like things are going to happen to my friends, but I can stop them. This thing happened to Fiora, but I can make the result of it different. And then a large part of the arc of this story being this question about like, can you actually change fate? You know what I mean? Okay, but anyways, let's switch over. We're getting beside the point. Let's switch over to Rex now. So Rex's catalyst is harder to pin down, because I would see an argument from someone who said that it is that initial job offer, but I am kind of more compelled to the catalyst of the story being the resurrection by Pyra. So the tough part with both of these is that I think Rex accepting that job is not really something that we are making dramatic, right? It's not something that we are, and I don't mean dramatic as in like a big theatrical way, but I mean like I don't think that the work in the story at the beginning is trying to make it so that when you take that job, every player is going, Rex, you took that job? Oh my God, you took that job. Like in the same way that like when Shulk chooses to get revenge for Fiora's death, I think there's something emotionally tugging there that is like, you're either with him or not. Are you with Shulk? I don't think we're having that same kind of response to Rex deciding to take that job, right? But then the flip side of this is the resurrection by Pyra. So let's break this down, right? I think that Rex's motivation is largely externally imposed, right? It is something that his choice is less important than kind of like the factors that presented themselves so that that choice was even available to him. I find that Rex's motivation is structurally required more than it is emotionally dramatized. Shulk could have made a lot of different choices. You can kind of like imagine different games where Shulk has different responses to Fiora getting killed. Whereas I think that the structure of the game is tied to Rex following in these footsteps in a very specific way. Otherwise, like the entire game does not, like the game just like falls apart. You know what I mean? It feels like plot more than it feels like motivation, more than it feels like the engine underneath. It feels like the body of the car, right? And then I think almost not the resolution, but I'm gonna say resolution. The resolution to his motivation, the thing that like convinces you, the moment where you go, oh, this is Rex demonstrating what he wants, what he needs, demonstrating the future of this adventure. I'm going to take you to Elysium, right? I'm going to take you to Elysium. This is the video game that we are on, right? Let's look at that moment. Let's think about that moment, right? We decide that we are going to go to Elysium. This is the spine for the entire game. Whether or not it's real, it doesn't matter. Because the spine of Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is we are going to get revenge for Fiora's death. And it turns out that is not what the entire story is about. Because at the midpoint, we realize that Fiora isn't dead. But that's still the spine of the story. Getting revenge for Fiora's death is still, and even when we know Fiora is not dead, that emotional engine is still extremely present in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. But Rex says, I'm going to take you to Elysium. We are going to get there in the exact same scene that we meet Pyra. We call this a bond. If plot emerges from consequences, then is it fair for us to say that Rex's choice has no consequences because the story never once dramatized doubt, fear, or conflict? Rex does not choose Pyra after struggling against a specific task. There was not something that Rex tried to do, failed, died as a result, and then made this bond with Pyra kind of as an answer to whatever problem he was facing. I don't think Rex, again, plot, acceptance or rejection of consequences. I don't think Rex loses anything by accepting the quest. I think absolutely nothing. And I think the shortcut, the resurrection shortcut, eliminates a lot of the kind of like immediate feeling of stakes. It eliminates this feeling of like something is on the table that is up for grabs that we could lose, right? So I think like one of the key distinguishing factors between these two stories is that Xenoblade 1 is really interested in making an emotional bid for connection, whereas Xenoblade 2 is trying to make an intellectual or a bid for connection out of curiosity, intellectual curiosity, okay? And I think that's why you see a lot more putting of at the front of stuff. Elysium as a concept, mystery and questions, obvious things that the game is like, you don't know the answer to this first. You know what I'm saying? There's all this like stuff happening and it's like, we are going to recontextualize this stuff over time. And the game assumes that you are curious about these things and you want to know the answers just for the sake of knowing, just because that sounds interesting to you. And so like, think about this. Shulk, I think his visions, I think Shulk projects a lot of grief onto visions. I think like even when Shulk is getting information through visions, I think it's like an emotional tool. I think Shulk interprets fate, the concept of fate, largely through like trauma and a traumatic lens. And Shulk's worldview evolves as his understanding of the Monado and of the world around him shifts. These are all kind of like, this is what like James Phelan would call the mimetic dimension, okay? Because Shulk behaves like a psychologically consistent person, and his thematic dimension is like, how do I want to say this? The story's ideas, fate, agency, revenge, all of these ideas are coming out of Shulk. The reason why the story is so interested in these ideas is because it is a reflection of your point of view being Shulk in the story. They are coming out of him. They are born out of the perspective-driven, emotionally driven story. Whereas I think like Pyra tells, Pyra has this relationship with Rex where she's like, immediately like quote unquote like bonded to him, and we kind of like see this in the game, right? Like we meet her, we form the bond, we've got that piece of Pyra on our chest or whatever, and we're immediately like doing these huge attacks and conquering these challenges because we formed this quote unquote bond. I don't know that this is the case, but my prediction is later in the game Pyra will say something that satisfies an intellectual curiosity about their relationship. Because that's what that's how this game works. That Pyra will say something. Pyra will go, Shulk. The moment I met you, Shulk. Pyra's gonna go, Rex, the moment I met you, you reminded me of my original driver. Before I was put in cryo sleep, you reminded me of my original driver. And this is something that a certain kind of audience member will hear and they will go, oh, it all makes sense. But chat, we must be serious and we must understand that there was nothing happening in that meeting between Rex and Pyra that makes us go, oh, Rex just demonstrated something to Pyra in a meaningful, dramatized, dramatic way that we felt in the moment that made us go, oh, he proved something to her. He proved something to her right there. And that's why they're going on this journey together. Because even if you don't understand why it happened in the scene, you should be able to clock as the audience member that it happened. You should go, hey, you approached Rex with this attitude, and then he made this choice. And then he made this choice that was demonstrative of his character. And you see the change in attitude. And you go, something happened here. And I'm curious to find out the answer. And that would have been so cool. But instead, what the game does is that it withholds all of that. And I think does a poor job of dramatizing it. Because the scene that I saw is incredibly boring. And... yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. All right, so... like, I just don't feel that anything is being dramatized relationally. Yeah. So... there's this theory called immersion theory by this writer Marie Laurie Ryan, and she basically has this idea that emotional investment in a story, which I think everybody who's watching here can tell that this Xenoblade 2, I just haven't been super emotionally invested in it. She has this theory that immersion theory that investment requires progression as opposed to declarative sentiment. That's kind of a big idea. This is kind of an upper level idea, so apologies if I'm like too deep in the weeds and this kind like only kind of makes sense to you. But there's like Jake, I'm impressed you've memorized all these authors' names. Oh, it's just because I teach class. It's just, you know, I'm just like they're on the syllabus. You know what I mean? Like this is just my lesson plan. Yeah. So, you know what? I actually think I got that one wrong now that I'm saying it, though. It's Marie something. I think it's Lori. But now that I'm saying that, I'm like, yeah, so I don't know. But it's definitely Marie something Ryan. And I know that the second name is important, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, so emotional investment requires... oh, it is Lori? Oh, it's like man, now I don't know at all. Just the E? All right, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so emotional investment requires progression, felt progression, instead of declarative sentiment. And I think something that this game does a lot, not sometimes outright, but also just in the way that it's produced, is that it tells you something. And like, I think this game declares a lot about its characters, right? Shulk is this kind of person. Pyra is this kind of person. Mithra is this kind of person. And I don't think I don't get the sense that that Rex, I don't get the sense that like repeated scenes are building and expanding my view of who these characters are and giving them kind of like different situations to respond to. So the bond feels, oh my God. There's a this is not on the syllabus because this is too high level, but there's a writer I like, and their last name is Genette, Genette, and I'm forgetting what this is, but it's like perfect. It's perfect for what we're talking about right now. This is extreme grad school, but the bond is oh fuck, okay, this is what it is. It's called Discourse level. It's Discourse level. Because it's a bond that is imposed through cutscenes because the story needs it, rather than story level, which emerges from behavior, conflict, or like the personal history of the character. And I think discourse level story stuff is I like that term a lot, because I think in discourse, when you talk about the game, when you talk about it removed from the text, it like sounds just as good as when stuff emerges from a story level, because you're removed from the experience and you miss all of the stuff that's missing in execution. And I think a lot of people who are fans of this game, they take all of the stuff. They take all of the conclusions and kind of like puzzle piece it together in a way that's like really satisfying and makes a lot of sense. And you can have like this big tapestry, this big like map in front of you. But I think that it gets away a little bit from the movement of the story. Yes, my wife Sarah is here.
45 seconds of your time off air.
Sarah, my wife needs 45 seconds of my time off air. Chat, we're going to break. I'll be right back. VRB. Get a bathroom break.
You're a waterfall, I'm a fire. No surprise we don't go together. But it took us a while before we figured it out. What a shame. I'm not asking you for closure. I just want it to be over. We don't need to break up if we were never aligned. Is that okay? I shouldn't be yours if it means changing who I am to get us through. You shouldn't be mine because you're you. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanna love, but 'cause it's not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. When I met you in the summer, then you weren't such a bummer, and I wasn't as critical as I am now. Oh, I wish we could hit rewind and be younger, when we thought this love would last longer. Only a time machine could save us now. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanna love, but 'cause it's not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. I've had enough, say you've had enough. Yeah, I've had enough, say you've had enough. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. We wanna love, but 'cause it's not enough. Say you've had enough. Yeah, I gave it time and you really tried, but you're sick and tired, baby, so am I. I've had enough, yeah, I've had enough. Say you've had enough. Now I'm so fine. You look at me when I say I'm not emotional. I haven't cried for days. I run in pains. Yeah, I'm so fine. Do you see me through? I don't mind it. You don't want the truth. I don't get triggered by a thing. Next day I can't stop spiraling. Missing my head so badly. I'm fine, I'm so fine, really. Tell me how to live and let it go. How the hell am I supposed to know? Missing my head, but baby, I'm fine, I'm so fine.
Apologies for the delay. Thank you for the no sound. Apologies for the delay. It was a writing question. It was a writing. So I just had a little creative writing meeting. All right, cool. Cat, did somebody say it's quiet? Is my audio quiet? Is there a problem with the audio, or can you hear me fine? I just want to make sure. It's good? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, that was a joke about me being muted, probably. We can hear you now? Okay, great. Okay, great. And you know what? I actually have this little filter on here for some reason that I think is actually making me a little bit quieter, and maybe I just don't need that. Oh, no, it's not. I imagined that. But I could actually make myself a little louder if that's preferred. Oh, there we go. This is normal. This is what I typically am. Maybe this is it. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's keep it going. Jake unfiltered. That's right, baby. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. So something else that is often referred to in stories that I think is frequently ill-defined is the concept of stakes. Stakes. We talk about this a lot, and I think people do this thing where it's like big stakes make a story better. And that's just like not true. It's not true. It's like, oh, I am more invested in this story because like there's more on the line, right? I think we can all kind of intuit that is not true. I think for me personally, what I try to focus on as an artist is that I think stakes resonate the most when they are specific, personal, and emotionally traceable. Okay? So yeah, I'm not quite going personal stakes versus cataclysmic stakes, because I think cataclysmic stakes can be good. I think big stakes can be good, and like small personal stakes can be good as well. So that's not necessarily the division I want to make here. So what I want to say is like Shulk has in front of him in the story of the original game a world-ending conflict that I think we could argue is grounded in his personal grief. And I think that the escalations that are present in oh my god, we've got some subs coming in. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate people coming on and subbing. I realize that this is goofy, that you're just like looking at a pause screen, listening to me talk about things that nobody cares about. So I appreciate the subs coming in, making it worth it. Yeah, very kind. Thank you so much. So yeah, specific, personal, and emotionally traceable. Okay, that's what I'm looking for in a good deployment of stakes. So I think the important thing about Shulk is that the escalations in the story are mirroring his internal arc. When something is important in the story, it is important to Shulk, right? Like we were all there when the story went from Act 1 to Act 2, when the story turned upside down, right? At the midpoint, when he sees that Fiora might still be alive. And you truly get this sense of like, this is huge for Shulk. But this is also big for that world cataclysmic conflict. You see, these things are not separate. There is a mirroring of the inner emotional intensity with the outward world. There is a perspective here, and these two things are mirrored images of each other. Now, the thing that I would say is a flaw with stakes in this game, in Xenoblade 2, is that I would say that the stakes are theoretical. They are thematically abstract. Take Pyra to Elysium. Thank you for the sub. Take Pyra to Elysium. It sounds so fake. You know what I mean? Even if Elysium is real, the kind of how that's achieved, what that means, what that does for anybody. It's like this. Here's a good way of putting it. I think this will make it clock for everybody. Taking Pyra to Elysium does not feel tied to a personal flaw or need. It feels like Pyra could have said a lot of things, and we could have kind of Frankensteined the story into being about whatever we want. Since we have established the goal of take Pyra to Elysium, how much have we talked about Elysium? How much has Elysium as a concept been present in the story since we established that that's what we were trying to do? Take Pyra to Elysium. Do you get the sense that that goal kind of keeps permeating back into the story, that it kind of keeps emerging, that we're getting a sense of what Elysium means to Rex and how that is changing depending on the people that he meets and the things that he encounters? Like, it's not emerging in that way. So I think because the original bond is flat between Rex and Pyra, the stakes attached to it also feel flat. That's like the relationship that these two things have. Finally, I would also say, God, I have so much to say about this. I'm literally the most annoying person on the planet. Oh my God, this is so funny. I have to respond to an industry DM right now. I can't say what this is, but I just got an extremely funny industry DM and I have to respond to it. So sorry. Okay, that should be good. Extremely funny DM. Extremely funny. I hope I get a response soon. Oh my God. Things are developing, chat. Things are developing right before my eyes. All right. So I think I think the next thing that I would it's just, you ever get a message from somebody and you're like shocked to see their like name on your phone on the little notification screen? You're like, wait, no. And then you go, is this the actual person that I think it is? And then you go, oh shit, it is. All right. I think the next thing that I would talk about would probably be the difference between Shulk and Rex as characters themselves and how that kind of lends a different kind of movement to their arcs, because I think that Shulk is like a really textbook example of things that you see all the time. Trauma driven motivation. What main character does not have that these days? And increasing disillusionment with the world around him. This eventual awakening that is aligned with like a hard philosophical lens. These are like textbook things, right? And it's like you end the story not just with this understanding of the self, but kind of like this greater understanding of like how the world works, and it's that understanding that kind of gives you peace. Like, I feel like we've seen this like a million times. That it's very Aristotelian. It's very Aristotelian, very like classic storytelling. It's very like the Joseph Campbell, what is it? Who is it again? Campbell's The Apotheosis. Yeah. And then I think if you look at Rex, what we've seen so far, his starting worldview, I think we would all agree, is optimistic. He's like maybe a little naive, pure-hearted. He's like determined. That's like a big quality that I would give to him. And I think that if I had to make a guess, yeah, Campbell's monument. Okay, thank you. If I had to make a guess about Rex and the difference between Shulk and Rex based on how these characters are built, I would say that Rex's worldview, his position as being somebody who is kind of optimistic and pure of heart, it has to be tested, right? But I do think that the core of what we're talking about here will essentially remain intact throughout the entire story. There's like a great E.M. Forster distinction between like flat and round characters, and I think that's kind of what I'm pulling on here. It's a there's this insistence, right, in literary theory that plot must force change, and I think I've been seeing a lot of Rex kind of resisting that energy, because there's been this, whenever big things happen in the story, I don't feel like they are opportunities for Rex to change his worldview or grow or really like think differently about anything in a meaningful way. I think discourse level, you could argue that they do. But I don't think that that's actually being proven, performed, dramatized to us. Vandam dying, Mithra appearing. These are things that I was looking for. How does this shape the way that I'm looking at the story? But it doesn't. It doesn't. So I think that this is a character who wants to end the story with the same emotional logic that he had at the start of the story. Yeah. Okay, last thing. I'm so sorry. So I just this is off the dome. I'm so sorry. One more thing. When you talk about the themes in Xenoblade 1, we've been saying a lot of the same terms over and over again. Fate, agency, revenge, responsibility, trauma, acceptance. These are things that I think like anybody would recognize the game is concerned with. The game is trying to say something about these ideas, right? And if we can suss out what the game's trying to say, that would allow us to arrive at themes. And I think that all of these ideas that we're talking about they arise because of who Shulk is and what Shulk experiences. Now, what words are we using to talk about kind of the big ideas in Xenoblade 2? I don't even know. To be honest with you guys, I don't even know. I think if I was going to zoom out and take like a guess about the ideas that this game is like really interested in, I would throw some darts, right? I would say identity. I would say, and identity is like tied in with that like death and rebirth, that kind of thing. But I think that stuff is all under the umbrella of identity. I would say identity. I would say, can I just make something up? Can I make something up? I'm gonna make something up. The burden of paradise. The burden of paradise. That is an idea we will explore. Salvation. So I think like the issue that I am like personally encountering here is that I feel that Rex does not have a personal history or an internal logic that makes these themes particularly meaningful. I think that these themes kind of like float around him rather than emerge from him. These are ideas that the story assigns as important externally and then kind of tries to push them in front of Rex. I don't think that they're coming from him. This is high level. I'm sorry. The second we're talking about what the story imposes versus what comes out of the character, I understand that this is high level. If you don't get this right now in this moment, that is okay. This is one of these like big ideas that you're supposed to chew on. And I just think that this violates a lot of principles of like thematic integration is what we would say. Yeah. So I think like Shulk's arc feels emergent from like an authentic emotional causality, whereas Rex and Pyra feel like story architecture that is imposed around them. Yeah. The catalyst is externally assigned. His bond with Pyra is underdeveloped. The story tells about a connection instead of showing it. He doesn't face internal conflict. His arc is static. The themes are orbiting around him, not through him. I think Shulk's story, I think Xenoblade 1 is a story about a person changing, and I think Rex's story, Xenoblade 2, is a story about a script unfolding. And that would be the end of this lesson. It only took an hour. It only took an hour to get through what I called headlines. It's so embarrassing. Oh my god. I just turned the game on, paused it, and talked for an hour. I feel like some streamers have a way easier job than me. I assigned myself awful job. All right. Oh my god. Okay, let me hit some of these first time chats. Let me hit some of these first time chats that popped up. Pair Q1. This is late, but Jake's discussion about the pieces of the story working together at its final state is really interesting to me because my first experience with 2 was through YouTube videos about the game. So my experience with the content was shaped by my connection with the metatext above the game itself, which gave me buy-in with the full context of the story and meant that I was experiencing the game as an extension of the discussion around it rather than the other way around. Yeah, I kind of think that this is like the silver bullet to the game and kind of like understanding the game. But it's one of those things that you could never, somebody who has bought in, it's like really hard to get them to kind of like see where I'm coming from with that. But it's like fundamental to my understanding of how this game works and like its reception. But it's like one of those things, man. It's like the second I start writing about this, people get so mad. People get so mad. This is kind of what happened with like Kirby Air Riders, to be honest with you too. It's like that like paratextual connection. Yeah, it's funny. Let me see if I got a response to this DM, guys. Not yet. Okay. Not yet. Oh my god. All right, chat. Time to get into a fight or something, am I right? Anything I needed to I was kind of in my own world for that and I wasn't looking at the chat too much, so just want to make sure that there's nothing that everybody was like waiting for me to explain. Thank you guys so much for the subs. I appreciate it so much. Starfaller, Joskas, I appreciate you all. You can't savor being part of the chat when you're watching from the archive. Naveen, that's the truth, man. That's the truth. Oh, God. Okay. Man, I really started to almost... Jake, would Xenoblade 2 be better if it was a racing game? That's fascinating. Yeah, I almost wonder if, like... Nah, it doesn't matter. The thing that I think hit most emotionally for me was at the very end of what I was saying about how, like, the ways in which the things that the game is concerned with just, like, come so naturally in Xenoblade 1. They come so naturally. And then, like, I'm sure you can imagine this, like, person in your ear that's telling you what Xenoblade 2 is about, and they're just talking about, like, the most random shit. And it's like, brother, I understand that all of this stuff is, like, happening out there in the world, but what's the game about? You know what I mean? It's like you can, oh, God. I think video game players are particularly good at whatever that is, about, like, looking at something off in the distance and being like, look how much integrity is in this storytelling. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. I don't come across this in other media as much. That is for sure. Like, I have never once had a student, when we were reading a book, point to some, like, random... what's a good example? David Copperfield, Charles Dickens' David Copperfield. I always tell people that that book is written like a video game because I think it's like the rare book that has side quests where the main character will just like go talk to a shopkeeper for like 15 pages and then you never see that shopkeeper again. But I've never like taught a class on David Copperfield where people were like, Jake, let me tell you about how that thing that shopkeeper said is actually what the whole story is about. And I'm like, all right, you know. Oh, man. All right, cool. Any predictions on what will happen in the future, by the way? Is there anything wrong with being invested through lore and curiosity? What does that question mean? What is the question underneath that? Thank you, Bungle, for knowing that was also The Magician. Yes, also a famous Dickens work. What is it? Can I ask you, Zyre03? You're asking me, like, is there anything wrong with being invested through lore and curiosity? I don't think that anything I said was like morally judgmental, right? And chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think my kind of like breakdown of these games is not my goal is not to be like, if you like this, you're good, and if you like this, you're bad. Like, that's not, I'm just trying to explain how things are functioning in the text, given my background and professional experience. Just finding the concept of the world interesting and wanting to find out more about it, that's great. That's great. Yeah. I'm not in the business of telling anybody that something that they find interesting is bad. But I think what's important to recognize is that sometimes people do this thing where they go, well, art is subjective and taste is subjective. So though Jake just spent an hour explaining academic worldview, theoretical frameworks, and pulling on hundreds of years of writing about an art form, my vibes are an equal response to everything that just happened here. And like in some conversations that is true, but I would say that the conversation that you are having is maybe not the same conversation that I am having, right? I'm not telling you things that I'm just kind of like interested in aesthetically or what I'm particularly pulled to, you know what I mean? There's like if maybe you're interested in the world and you're interested in the politics of the setting and you're interested in blah 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 blah. I'm interested in the romance. I'm interested in the relationships between characters. But I'm not talking about that here. I'm talking about like how the text is functioning in this way, in this study, you know? The role of me talking is not to make somebody who doesn't like the game feel empowered and somebody who likes the game to feel bad. That is not the conversation that we're having. You know what I mean? Okay. I think what 2 is about, you said this in the app, it's very conceptual. Even when all the end game is revealed, the ultimate statement isn't a very concrete one. It's very certain, but it's not very concrete. Yeah, it's that discourse level stuff, right? How do you compare worlds that are designed to be metatextual, Elden Ring, with a game that's retroactively colored by their metatextual context? I think you have to talk about what in the game is pointing back to the metatextual read. So when you look at something like Elden Ring, would you agree that like Elden Ring is not designed in a way that is pointing the players to reading descriptions in a menu, right? It's a game that when you pause it, it doesn't stop. It's a game that like puts no emphasis on those things. But something that Elden Ring does is Elden Ring has all those little messages on the ground. And if you read them, messages from other people, they might help you in the challenges ahead. You can maybe even recruit little spirits of other people to come help you. And there are immutable experiences in the game that are pointing you towards considering yourself not as a character in the world, but as a player. So when I use the word tone, I'm talking about the distance between the text and the game. And I think the messages that you find on the ground that are from other players, that is an element of tone. It creates a bigger distance between you and the game. It's highlighting that the character that you are in the world you're not really close to that character. You are the player controlling that avatar, right? Which is why those little messages on the ground function tonally as well in ways that we recognize, like with humor. People will leave like funny messages on the ground and it's like, oh, there's like a tonal shift happening here. And it's a kind of humor that is not embedded in the world of the game. It's a kind of humor, again, that is creating distance between the world of the game and the real world. It's saying, hey, remember, you're over there in the real world. So do you see how there are tonal elements that are telling the player in Elden Ring to kind of create that distance and talk amongst yourselves? The game is encouraging you to do that. Whereas I feel in a game like this, it feels like people making excuses. It feels like people running defense. You know what I mean? Those like little messages on the ground and then summoning the spirits of the people or whatever, these are elements that you can have a relationship to, and your relationship to them can develop. You can see a message that tricks you, and now you have a different relationship with those elements. It is something, it's in motion. It's in motion. And storytelling is not a moment, it's a movement. So it's an element of storytelling, right? Does this answer your question? I'm sorry if it didn't. It answers it to me. Multiplayer being a marker of tone is a really interesting read that I had not considered. You know, I actually, but the thing is that like multiplayer can also bring you closer to the game too. Because I think like Fortnite, for example, it brings you into the experience of the game that those are all real people as opposed to bots. You know what I mean? It brings you closer to it. Whereas I think what we just talked about, the multiplayer stuff, kind of created a distance between your avatar and the thing. There's like no, you are inhabiting that, you know, the setting in a way. So it's nuanced. You know what I mean? It's an element of craft, and you have to consider how it is functioning within the piece, and not just like. I think something that Xenoblade fans do a lot is that they do like post-hoc justification, where it's like, well, we all like this, we all think that this is important. How can we now work backwards and kind of like back this up so that it's good or that it works? And I think that's like kind of really easy to. It's really easy to see when it's happening because again, the things that we're interested in are not emerging from the text in a way that feels organic and meaningful, which is why I think like if you'll recall when we played the first Xenoblade game, I got kind of frustrated with the people when they were like, Jake, to really understand this game, you have to let me tell you something about like Gnosticism. And it's like, oh, I see what's happening. It's like okay, I see what's happening. Do you see how that's not emerging out? Yeah, so I don't know. All right. I guess the crowd that thought that the hour was not enough got an extra 10 minutes out of me. Now have we arrived? Also, lack of experience on what makes writing good and bad from a professional writer's perspective. Yeah, it's that, but there's also a degree to which like the media class in some ways has like failed to oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, chat. The DM is back. I have to run a calculation. I just got a work offer. I'm so sorry. I just got a work offer, and I just got a job offer, and there's a deadline on it. And I have to decide if this is something I could do. Oh, frick. I think I'm going to say yes. I'm so sorry. I think I'm going to say yes. I think if I really commit this weekend, oh my god. I think I have to do this. Oh my god, I have to do this. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry this is happening on stream, chat. You're watching me live really run some calculations. This is an extremely funny offer. I am so excited to Jake's streams are unlike any other. This is when I get to reveal to you all what this was about, you are going to lose your minds. Oh my god. All right, I'm down. Let's do it. Yep. All right. I've committed. I'm committing. I'm committing. Oh my god. Okay, the next thing I have to do is I have to tell Peter that I'm doing this. So funny. I was sweating. I'm so sorry. Thank you for sticking with me through that. Oh my god. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay. Oh god. Should Jake take the shot? Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, I'm looking at these messages now. This is so funny. Jake is calculating money. honestly, I wasn't calculating money. I was calculating the because this is the kind of thing that I'm like, oh, I think there are a lot of intangible benefits to me doing this just for my let's say for my public profile. If I'm trying to raise my public profile, more people knowing who I am. That's kind of why I'm doing this particular job. Okay. All right, let's go, baby. Resume candy. Resume candy. I just got back. What is the job? We're not. I can't say. I can't say yet. I can't say. But I should be able to say like next week. So yeah. Oh God. Chat. Now I'm like, shut it down. End the stream. End the stream. I'm like, shut it down. All talk, no stream. Oh my God, no. All right, let's play a little video game. Jesus Christ. I googled your Hades article to share with someone, and your LinkedIn popped up along with an article talking about you leaving GameXplain, all in the first 4 search results. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. I mean, the anti-woke crusade against me is quite powerful. So, chat, remember how this is a video game that we can play and not just talk about? Oh my God, I'm like coming down from the high of this DM. Oh my God, chat. Chat! I'm cracking up right now. Damn. Only for nighttime sync? Alright, I'll ask him. I'll ask him, chat. Man, who knew there was so much beyond the pause screen? Wow, we got a lot of people here, huh?
Okay, time to take you down.
I can take care of myself.
I don't want to fight them all. I don't want to fight them all. I just want to... Oh, he was the scout. All right, well, we're fighting them all. Man, I did not like this part of the game. From like a gameplay point of view, like you didn't like going through like this like dungeon, or you just weren't interested in like what was going on. Guys, I'm switching to Cosmos. Both? Something that I think people never talk about with this game is that it's kind of like a huge fucking commitment. It's like people don't... It's like a huge commitment. And I think like we talk a lot about buy-in. I think that the common refrain of it gets better later makes me a little bit frustrated, because when a game is like this big of a commitment, you need to... There is like an obligation to, I think... do better by your audience, like to hook them and to kind of like keep them on the hook the whole time. Yeah. Maybe sunk cost fallacy. Not necessarily, because I do think the people that keep playing this game are like genuinely enjoying it, right? I don't think people are like pretending to like the game and are like, I have to like the game. I just think that the people that like the game should be more understanding and sympathetic to people that don't, to people that like, that are like, oh, I bounced off of this. Instead, I feel like the reaction to people bouncing off of this game is so antagonistic. It's so like, it's like, how could you disrespect me and my family?
My lady.
Oh, we got a little vest there. Man, I haven't looked at like our gear or anything like that in many moons. Many moons. Oh, we've arrived. Way! Oh, I forgot about this lady. Mark 1, the Iron Man suit. Cora put that together in a desert with nothing but spare parts. We're not letting... Jake, aside from the story, are you still enjoying the gameplay combat? Yeah, I think so. I honestly ended up really liking this game in the end, but I spent the whole first act waiting for the mech on attack moment and it never came. I'm pretty sure I reached the end of the game after 100 hours on the save date and didn't really do many side quests. Yeah. We're still chasing her? That wasn't the end? Alright. Where am I going? Do I just jump down? Is that the move? Or do I go across that pipe? Look at that. Oh, you see that pipe over there? That looks kind of tasty. What's the move, chat? Pipe or down? Jake, is it time for us to hear about the legendary hero pawn again? Oh, I hope so. Grind the rail, Bungle says. Oh, I'm getting so many mixed answers. I'm going pipe. Let's do it. Oh, God. Oh, the pipe's kind of where we came from, I think. Oh. Oh, but everybody's saying pipe. Okay, pipe. Ignore me.
Okay, time to take you down.
Make sure you got my tail back.
We got him. Ooh. Just don't say anything and let us enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's all about context, right? It's like, I'm not going to go into the house of a Xenoblade 2 lover and disrespect them in their own home. You know what I mean? But just let people enjoy things, to me, is like, when has just let people enjoy things ever been insightful? You know what I mean? It's like, log off. If you like enjoying things so much, go enjoy it. Why are you online right now? Why are you online? Chad, I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of my brain right now that is if you were looking at like a heat chart of my head, you know, like all the brain activity, there's an entire part of my brain that's dimming, slowly dimming as I play this game because it's thinking about that job I just said I would do. And it's like the game in front of me, it's like just leaving. It's just like slowly dimming right now. It's like dimming. It's like, no, Jake, we're working on something else. Oh my God. I literally just thought of like the first sentence I want to write for this thing, and I'm like, I have to write it down. I have to write it down. All right. Do you at least like the gameplay of the game more than Xenoblade Chronicles 1? What is this? What is this at least? Xenoblade 2 fans. Xenoblade 2 fans. Don't be so desperate. Don't be so desperate. Don't be so desperate. You listen. Yes, you know I like that. You know I'm liking the I'm liking the combat. You know that. But gameplay is not just when you are pressing buttons. The entire thing is gameplay. This right now is gameplay. Don't try to Jake, come on. Jake, please. Jake, can you just I don't know if I can stay if you don't compliment the game once every 9 minutes. Jake, please. I'm just razzing you. But it's just so funny to me, dude. It's like, Jake, please. Oh my god. I love it. I love it a lot. I got a little mappy action. See where I'm going? Oh, okay, I'm just going down there. Oh, whoopsies. All right, bye. Okay.
They're not here.
I hate gameplay, chat. I hate gameplay. I hate gameplay as a term so much. If you read my review for the indie game Morsels that I just posted, which I gotta say, chat, that review's getting a lot of heat. There's a little like tangent in that review where I talk about like the term gameplay and good heat. Yeah, good heat. And it kind of explains my feelings. I talk about how there's a point in the game where I adjust my settings and I'm like, reader, don't you dare think that this is separate from me playing the game. This is my counterattack. This is me taking something back from this game. And I like it a lot. Let's see. As long as you do, obviously you have to earn line. Perfect. Great. All right. Chat, I'm in for that job. I'm in. That was my favorite part of the review. Wow, cool. It was the emotional peak, right? It was the emotional peak. I was getting beat down. I took something back. That was the turning point.
Where did she go?
Tora, wait. Did you know that girl?
My favorite part was Simpsons Fortnite. Yeah, dude. Brief tangent. I'm so sorry. And then we'll watch this cutscene. Last night, Peter and I took our Simpsons Fortnite relationship to the next level. You see, we've unlocked everything in the battle pass, and we unlocked Peelfessor Frank, which was kind of the goal that was in front of us. And we were like, what is the next mountain? What is the next mountain to climb? So for the first time ever, Peter and I decided to play Fortnite Ranked. And in a few, short sessions, in one night, we climbed from unranked to gold 3. And we're thinking we'll hit Unreal rank. We're thinking we'll get to Unreal before the season's over next week. Yeah, it's a big commitment. I know. It was crazy. It definitely changed our relationship to the game. It changed. It was like we every night we get more invested in Fortnite. What a time to be alive. All right. Let's really take this in. Let's take this in.
She seemed somehow similar to Poppy.
It was Lila.
Lila?
Identity.
The artificial blade Tora's Dadapon and Grampypon were making. Tora recognized her anywhere.
Master Pawn, they're an ether furnace reading nearby. Up there.
It is you.
Ether furnace reading detected. Initiating protocol.
We fighting her? Is it finally time? I kind of wish I changed my characters around. Because you know who I don't need anymore? Rock. Okay. Jake, please say the guitar is cool. No.
Let's show him a thing or three.
Tora, hurry! Coming for him!
Sure, why not? Yeah!
Well done. Maybe we're not.
I like your attitude.
Spinning! Quick and hurry!
Why not?
You know what? I actually think I am going to use the rocks because I think it's advantageous for me to lead with my little wind attack because I think I have more like pathways forward after that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I messed that up. Oh no, yeah. See, I do. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Tora, let's get things going, buddy.
Blade combo, third stage. Awesome.
Great. Damage. Sustain.
Just so.
Targeting.
Grenade launcher.
Under.
Now I'm fired up.
We're on a roll now.
Missiles effective.
I like your
Rocket kick.
Tora, please do not use pandemic.
just so.
Get some healing. Affinity increase detected.
I like your attitude.
Energy field reduced.
Grenade
Affinity
launcher.
increase detected.
I like your attitude. Just so. Just so. Go for it. The gales eat me. Blade combo, third stage.
Under. Great. Damage. Sustaining.
Why not? Ha!
Defense protocol.
Wild side. Mithra.
Won the moment you called on me.
Rise and shine, Tora.
Chat, is there a button I should be pressing that I'm not? Oh my god, the chain attacks. Chat, remind me, please remind me, please remind me. What is the button it just came to me. I was like, oh yeah, I've kind of like put these plus. Okay. But I need to right. The thing that I just used to pull Tora up, I gotta fill that back up. Okay.
No effect.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Don't worry about it. Almost there. Stay alive, everybody. Stay alive. Tora, stay alive, please. Almost there. All right, let's do it. Come on. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Let's go rock. God, it's choked. Okay. And then we're going to go... I can't remember what the strategy is for this. I can't remember what the strategy is. You want to go opposite elements? You should have finished your current comp. He can't pop the orbs because he doesn't have electric or ice. Elemental weaknesses like Pokemon. I have to break the orbs. Oh, okay. So I need... I don't know what's good against these orbs. What's good against these orbs? Are they all the same at this point? Ice and electric. Oh, okay. So I just press whatever I want then. Look at Rex, dude. Looking like a dinkus. Pray. Pray. All right, here we go. Get in there, Dromark. Poppy!
Chain attack finish.
Damn. You know what? At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. We did plenty of good work, I think. Oh god. We're doing some good work right now.
Damage. Sustained.
Yeah. Okay.
Presents itself. Gotcha.
Let's get Cause out here. Let's get Cause out here, dude.
Just so.
Oh my god, chat. Kinda nasty. Kinda nasty from Cosmos, not gonna lie. Oh my god. Kinda nasty. Oh my god. It's over. It's over. Disgusting, actually. Alright, good work. Good work, everybody.
Probability of success falling. Switching to strategic retreat mode.
Lila! Wait!
Because somebody playing this was like, just needs to be longer. Could we make it longer? I feel like it's just coming and going too quickly. Can we make it longer?
If they seek a fight, they shall get one.
Could we make it longer? Do you think? What if she? How would you make it longer? Oh, she could run away again. Wait, what? Didn't we just catch her and have the fight? Yeah. But like, you know, just flies away. How would she do that? Oh, she can fly. Oh, okay. Oh my god, and now I'm in this fight with all these idiots. Just need everyone to go down, please. Oh my god. What a video game. What a video game. Just, I think she says fucking every time. Is this what Pokemon would be like with voice acting? Just screaming and beaming? I think people who talk about wanting voice acting in Pokemon don't realize how close that they are flying to the sun. That is my take. One more. They don't know. Okay. Holy cow.
They're so loud. Makes me want to go and hide under a rock. Maybe I can develop a noise.
Hide under a rock? You know what I'm saying? All right. Is Peter here? Oh, how embarrassing. Peter's in the chat. Peter's in the chat during a moment of weakness. What does he want to know? Are you pro Nopon? What is a Nopon? Oh, Peter, you mean a poo-poo. I don't know if you know about this, but I am actually quite close to the Nopon people. And there is a tale that has been passed down from generation to generation. Peter, have you heard this before? Have you heard of this tale? It's been passed down from generation to generation in Nopon culture. The legendary tale. Have you, because it's really only spoken about in Nopon culture. And it's not something. So Peter doesn't know. So let's tell him. Let's tell him about the legendary tale. So long ago, when the world looked quite different, there was a legendary hero, a Homs boy. There was a Homs boy, and the legendary hero wielded a great blade, a red sword that people said had magical qualities, maybe the qualities of it could change fate and alter reality. And over the course of this Homs adventure, they ran across many different kinds of people, friend and foe alike. One ally they made was a brave Heropon. A Dadapon. Too many. And of course, as all adventures must eventually come to a close, this one did in a way that was quite familiar. It ended with that Homs, that young boy, facing off against a great evil, a devilish and dastardly force that needed to be stopped. But when the moment came for that hero to face that great villain, the hero tripped, a hiccup, a momentary stutter, one in the mind and one in the heart that was replicated, that was mirrored in the body itself. That big sword, that powerful sword, that fate-changing, reality-bending sword fell from his hands. Briefly, the world became enshrouded in darkness. Briefly, everyone had a glimpse of what life could be like if everything went wrong. And in that moment, that Homs ally, the Heropon, lifted the great blade. He put both of his nubby hands on it, lifted it high above his head, and stabbed the shit out of that great evil. Twice in the neck, once through the heart, 4 times in the general penis region. He sliced and diced this villain up. And a world that was once enshrouded in darkness became covered in blood. Wet with the viscous saliva of this devil's body. Where there was darkness, everyone, again for a moment, saw red. Blood red rained over the earth. But with a wave of that legendary blade, the Heropon took away the darkness. He baptized the world in blood. And the greatness, the beauty, the awe-inspiring excellence of the world that you see around you today is all thanks to that legendary Heropon. We live in a world baptized by blood. But can we not be more? Can we not be more than the circumstances of our birth? That is the tale of the legendary Heropon, passed down from generation to generation. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Chat, you've probably never heard that story before. You've probably never heard that story. They only tell that story to people really close to the Heropon community. Peter left. No, he didn't left. He didn't leave. He listened to the entire, never heard before. This is coming straight from, it's kind of a big cultural deal for a Nopon to tell you the legendary tale. Is this why the Nopon people gave you the P word pass? That's correct. I'm pretty entrenched in the Nopon community. All right, chat. Let's get back to it. I feel that I have something going wrong on my team right now by having Blonde Pyra and Cosmos, because they're doing the same thing. And to be completely honest with you, I don't like this guy at all. And frankly, based on how the story of this game has been presented and how it's going, I would not be surprised if we never hear from him again and the game just completely forgets that they gave him like a couple of cutscenes of us talking to him. So I think I'm ready to discard. I think I'm ready to say toodaloo. I like this one a lot. The electricity one. I think electric's probably a good element to have on our team.
Always cute and fierce, though.
So I'm thinking we go with that. Get him out. You need Cosmos to show off. I know, that's the only reason I have Cosmos. See, that's the thing. I don't actually have to switch because we're not having any issues. So we might as well keep things going. This looks good. We got a wind, we got a water, we got a fire, that'll probably. I feel like our build kind of sucks. And we only have the earth thing. Is it stupid? No. This is fine, right? This is fine. This is a good team? Okay. All right, thank you, chat. Okay, thank you. At this point in the game, it doesn't matter. Cool. Nice elemental triangle. Okay, great. All right, how far are we going? Is this a fast travel situation? Let's see. Yeah, I would say it's a fast travel situation. Remember to buy them new cores when you can, since you're in New Town, to get a power boost to your blades. Oh, okay. All right.
The adventure continues.
Is there a Switch 2 version of Xenoblade 2? Peter, I kind of stalled out playing this game because I thought for sure that was coming, or at least we would get a patch, but no, nothing. And it is so depressing. But now I'm holding out that by the time I play Xenoblade 3, something will come for it. And Xenoblade 3, I think, is the most likely to get something. So, early 2026, maybe we see a little Xenoblade 3 patch. Xenoblade X has one. No, it doesn't. It has a patch that makes it not as problematic on Switch 2. It does not have a Switch 2 patch. A Switch 2 patch is a very specific thing, and it makes it increases frame rate and resolution. I'm almost certain that what is happening on Xenoblade X is just making the game run consistent. 3 got the same patch when the Switch 2 released. Exactly. Guys, please don't get Jake riled up about patches. Thank you. You could say in some ways that the legendary Heropon was a patch to the performance of the Toms, saving the world. Line of Demise with a gifted sub to Peter there, so Peter does not have to endure any ads. You'll love to see it. I think the least that Peter can do is really use that sub. So I'm thinking Peter keeps the stream on either on his phone or a tab on his computer, and even if it's muted, I think just keeps it on all day. You know what I mean? I think that's really only the fair thing to do in this scenario, right? Do we all agree with that? Chat agrees. Chat agrees. All right, I do want to give a quick shout out to today because today is a special day. I do want to give Peter a little shout out. I'm going to put the YouTube link to the playlist in the chat right now. Peter's band, their new album just came out today. Defeater, 11 tracks, all finally out. Of course, available on the music streaming service of your choice. Been listening to songs from this album all year. It's going to be all over my Spotify Wrapped. Give it a shot. It's one of, if not my favorite album of the year. Autumn and Slow Dancing at Justin's Wedding, I think, are my favorites. I also really like Currently, the first track. But man, just a very very emotionally honest album that is uninterested in dressing up in the contemporary language of emotional honesty. Something a little raw and authentic happening that is unconcerned with trying to convince everyone that the perspective that the album is interested in is deep and meaningful and important, and is instead just representing their perspective in a way that feels really honest. In a style that I think is familiar but has a couple of unique touches that I enjoy a lot. So there you go. There you go, chap. I think if I had to give Peter a criticism, if I could put him on blast for a second, I think we need to switch the order up of a couple of these songs. I'm just kidding. I have not thought about that at all, to be honest with you. I just was trying to come up with something. But I wonder. I haven't talked to Peter about this. I wonder how much he thought about the order of the tracks. Jake on vocals when? Oh, that would be bad. That would be bad. You know what I have thought about though? I've thought about this a lot. If I could somehow, I don't know how karaoke works, but can I go to a karaoke night and is the machine set up in a way that it would just have songs by Peter's band? I toiled over it infinitely. Okay, good. Because if I could do a song from Peter's band at a karaoke night and just one night he doesn't even know, then he gets a little video message from my wife. That would be so hype, dude. That would be so hype. Right. Anyways, oh, thank you for pinning that. So that is Defeater. Peter, who do you tell people when you give them a comp? What do you typically go to? I'm sure you have an answer. Just to give people an idea. Unlikely there's a set catalog that they usually offer. Is that how that works? I don't know how karaoke machines populate their selection. I don't know if that's like a separate licensing deal. Like, do we need to get Peter a deal so that he appears on karaoke machines? Or is that a deal that's struck up with some service that already does all sorts of things with your music? You know what I mean? I have no idea. It's a monopoly? That's crazy. Oh, here we go. For fans of modern baseball, The Wonder Years, Boy Genius, Noah Khan, Hot Mulligan. There you go. So there you go, chat. If any of those names meant anything to you and you're like, wait a second. Yeah. Then give that pinned YouTube link a little click or check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is. Let's get those numbers up. Something that's fun about the Spotify app is I believe Peter has said to me that he can see when people are listening to the album. Like, it tells him this many people are listening to your album right now. So like, what would happen if we all clicked on it and started listening to it right now? What would happen? What would he see? I don't know. It's like live viewers. Yeah, exactly. I wish I could play it on the stream, but I feel like something would happen. Peter, do you have any insight into that? Can I just start playing it on this stream, or is it associated with something that it would clock it and it would kill me? I don't know. I don't have Spotify. It doesn't matter. Go give him a little YouTube view. You know what I mean? Come on, just share it with your friends. I believe my distro company would clock it. Damn. All right. You gotta figure out how to get me whitelisted Okay? You got to figure out how to get me whitelisted so that I can play it on my streams. Get on that, Peter. Write the emails. Back to the game.
She's gone.
I will absolutely figure that. Thank you.
Lost. It seems she has escaped.
Okay, really quick. So let's just like talk about what's happening. Let's just refocus. Let's talk about what's happening in this game. So right now, we came into this town, and rather than be concerned with any of the particulars about what is happening in this town, we are concerned with the Mark I Iron Man suit, the female woman robot that the father and grandfather of our Nopon right here made. We see this female sex robot in the maid outfit flying around, running around, and this little round booba is having a intense reaction to seeing it. Over the course of us chasing that robot, there was no additional context or background or dialogue that was kind of giving us anything to go off or think about or develop our understanding of what's happening here. So I assume all of that context is going to be delivered straight down our throats now. Buckle up, baby. Why are we even in this town? To be honest, I don't know. But I think I don't know because it's been so since we took a really long break and I just kind of like lost track of the plot. So I don't want to charge the game with that. But I have no idea why we're doing like 90% of the things that we're doing in this game in like a grand sense. So, but it doesn't matter.
Lila.
Oh, flashback. Sick. Who doesn't love a flashback to fill in some
Long
gaps?
time ago, Grampypon Susu and Dadapon Tatazo were working on her.
Not only are we getting a flashback, I hate this. I hate this. So I think that flashback is a form of summary as opposed to scene. And those are your two different delivery mechanisms. You're either delivering through summary or delivering through scene. Scene makes things longer. It slows the pace down. You experience scenes alongside the people in them. Summary is when you pull out what's important and you jump to this is important, that's important, this is important, just to make time go by quicker, to increase the pace of what's happening, the frequency of content. So typically, a flashback, you have control of when the flashback starts, where the flashbacks go. You jump between scene, whatever, and it's a form of summary, even if what you are witnessing is a scene. But this is somebody doing summary while summary is happening. This is a flashback in front of us, and we have the guy summarizing what is happening in the flashback. I think that this is a choice that just makes things too transparently about delivering information, which is what we were talking about before, right? That this game is more interested in that kind of intellectual curiosity and a lot of the ideas and the things that this game is concerned with, as opposed to the first one, which was more emotional, is coming from a place of contextual understanding rather than emotional resonance.
Her name was Lila. Grampypon and Dadapon and Tora all wanted to become driver.
This scene would be immediately better if instead of him telling us this, we saw what it looked like. We saw what the desire, the want to be a driver looked like. It would allow the resonance of it to emerge from the characters. Dude, this is such a good example of what we were talking about in the Big Yap today. This is actually such a good example. Do you see how like what we're doing is not emerging from the characters and it's instead like encroaching upon them? It's like orbiting around them and being pressed in. This is exactly what we were talking about. That is crazy.
However, not single one of us have potential. So, we decide to work together and make artificial blade. Blade even we can use. But then
Okay, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I had just taken a huge sip of my drink. The second it clocked to me that was a poo-poo holding a very long gun, and I thought I was about to have an accident. Okay, I thought I was. Okay, we're doing good. Oh man, that was rough. Man, I like this guy. Whoa, he shot. Oh my god. Okay. Summary, as opposed to scene, robs us of what we are supposed to feel in this right now. That thing that we are witnessing, you know? Like, to experience this moment that way. You could have done like a really cool micro story about a group of people wanting something, being close to achieving it. And then this like unexpected accident happening. And it's like you didn't even get to see that thing that you wanted fulfilled. Or maybe you had just gotten it. And then your life was like taken from you. And now it doesn't matter. Now it doesn't matter. Because this is summary as opposed to scene. What's important here is the contextual understanding that you know that this happened. Is the background information. You are supposed to know that like, oh, this is data that I have in my head for future things. Bad and lame.
You must run, Tora. Take this and go. Someday you finish what we started.
They switched. They gave him a line. They broke the rule.
After that,
They had a storytelling style, and then they said, "How do we end this? I don't know."
Tora hide out in Torrigoth City, making Poppy based on blueprints and ether furnace.
Blueprints. Blueprints. Isn't it a little early for Goaty conversations? Berserker, thank you so much for the sub.
On left for Tora.
Don't you have any idea who the attackers were?
Tora not know who, but they definitely wanted to steal Lila.
Okay, I have something to say, and I need people to not get too excited when I say this. I need you all to promise that you'll keep it cool, because this is a bit of a test, and I think we need to hard commit right now to not getting too excited when I say this, because this is something that if the wrong person heard this, it would motivate them to say certain things about this game. This is you're going to no, I am about to say something that could be a compliment. I don't think that's what's happening, but I'm about to point something out that in a better game might be really cool. Okay. What was important about this scene when we started it, this kind of arc of the story that we're going on, is that Mithra emerged and was like, hey, I would like the person that you spend time with right now to be me, not Pyra. I want it to be me. One could say that there is a cool opportunity for parallel storytelling to happen here. We are running around with Poppy, who is kind of the second version, the newer, easier to get along with artificial blade. Another artificial blade emerges of similar origin to Poppy, similar but different. Now we have to deal with the consequences. We have to deal with the layers of meaning that are added to the story by the appearance of this person who was here before, who is also an artificial blade, who was born of the same people that Poppy was born of. There is a connection between the relationship that these two have with each other, but I would say that Poppy is aligned with Pyra, and Mithra is more aligned with Lila. And now we have these two characters together. We have an opportunity here for Mithra to represent a point of view. We have an opportunity here for Poppy to represent a different point of view. Why did we put Mithra in this scene? Could it possibly be to represent the point of view that would give this group right now in this moment the highest degree of friction to make this scene more interesting? Could that happen? Let us see.
If it was Lila they were after, how'd she end up here in the Empire? It looked like they were Imperial soldiers after her.
Tora have no idea. But one thing is most confusing.
What's that?
When bad guys attacked the lab, Lila was not finished. There's only one who could finish making Lila. Dadapon Tatazo.
And there is a person who is fundamentally incomplete. There's a person who is fundamentally incomplete. We have this relationship with Pyra and Mithra where they are split. We have inserted Mithra into this scene. Okay.
Which means Tora's father must still be alive somewhere?
Dadapon must be held captive by whoever using Lila.
You there! Don't move!
Imperial soldiers.
No. No, she didn't even talk. She didn't even talk. Maybe after the fight. Maybe after the fight. Maybe they're saving it. Maybe they want to call attention to it. Maybe after the fight. If I really wanted to reach chat, if my prerogative playing this game was to make it seem cool, I would tell you that because I'm aligning Lila and Mithra and Poppy and Pyra in this scenario, you now have to align somebody who would be the father of Tora in this relationship, right? So if Tora is to Poppy, oh God, my brain. Okay. If Tora is to Poppy, as Tora's father is to Lila, and Rex is to Pyra, as Blank is to Mithra, I would say that what this is revealing with its parallel storytelling is that there is somebody who is presumed dead who is still alive that is responsible for Mithra still even being here, still being alive. That's what I would say this is revealing. This is a stretch. This is not good or interesting storytelling, but I would say that there is something happening there that is maybe not being capitalized on. That's what I would say. Oh no, not them again. No! This!
Lady Morag, she's the one! That mechanical girl took down our squad!
What? Hang on a minute.
Where the hell did you get that idea?
Unfortunately, they cannot.
Kat, remember, was everybody here for my last stream where I said that Pyra and Mithra should look the same except for like one key visual detail? I feel that the game like wants that so bad. I feel that I could heighten this game. This game's like, I could do this, dude. It's right there. It wants it. It wants it so bad. They're just doing it right now with these two. And these two don't even look like the game is like so close. It's yeah, okay. All right.
Tell difference between Lila and Poppy.
So, Rex, was it? Rex? I'm very disappointed to find you stooping to such lowly crimes.
Lowly crimes? What the heck? I'm telling you, you've got the wrong guys.
A misunderstanding fight? That's what we're doing right now? We're doing a fight that's a big misunderstanding between people that will inevitably end up becoming our allies. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. We're doing Iron Man and Thor right now? Oh, bro. This game just does not care about any story it's telling. It does not care. They are just like, we gotta give them something to do. We gotta give them something to do. It might as well be this. All right, I'm gonna kill the ads. How do I change my target? Oh, did I do it? Oh, I did it. Boom. Gotta kill the ads first, you know what I mean? Oh my god. Guys, I feel like this one's nasty. This electric lady that I'm using right now, she's doing it, this feels right. This feels right, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, let's go, dude. Let's go. Tora, get up! Get up, Tora. We gotta make Tora better. We gotta get Tora some better gear, I think. Oh, I think we have an opportunity here. I think we have an opportunity. Oh my god. Huge. 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 Get up. Get up, Rick. Come on, we want to use Final Disaster. Come on. Come on. Come on. No! No! Guys, I can't use my chain attacks if I have to keep bringing you back to life. No, come on. Oh my god, there's a chance. There's a chance for the Final Disaster. We still have a moment. Come on! Come on! Come on! Damn. We choked. Opportunity. Morag. Come on. Come on, it's so close to being done. Please. Come on. Come on, stop missing. All right. Oh, jeez. What a game. What a game.
Your skills have improved, boy.
Boy.
I know. I won't use that power, okay? Let's stick to Foresight for this. If you really need to attack, I'll hand it over to Pyra.
Thanks.
The Aegis has changed. What happened to her appearance? Answer me.
Dude, she cares way more about about this than fucking Rex. I'm glad somebody here is normal. Somebody here is like, are we gonna talk about this?
You want answers? Then put the swords away. What's wrong with you?
I'll listen to your confession while you lie defeated.
Damn.
Rex, after this Foresight, I'll switch to Pyra.
Understood.
Impossible! He dodged it!
Don't people like want their games to like mean something? Like, do we understand how like the foresight or whatever, like the seeing the future was something that like worked because of the particular story that we were telling in Xenoblade 1, how it like spoke to Shulk as a character and it spoke to some of the ideas that the game was interested in. And then in this game, instead what you get is a cutscene where the person goes, Foresight, 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 and then the character on the other side of the battlefield goes, how did they dodge that? That's what we're doing. Like, man, dude.
Now it's my turn.
Lady Mora, look at the Aegis, so you can change at will.
Eat this! Pyra?
We can do this without hitting them.
Ha! It's like you read my mind.
Are you holding back on me again, boy?
We just don't have any reason to fight you.
Enough, both of you.
No, I hit them a lot, actually. Actually, we hit them a lot. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. For like literally no reason, the game is like... But don't you think violence is bad sometimes? Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, dude.
You're from the Argentum Guild's intelligence division.
Lady Mora, stand down arms. These not the ones who infiltrate the facility and attack your soldiers.
Then the culprit behind the attack was not the artificial blade standing here now, is that right?
They very similar, but not the same. Nira saw her with own eyes.
I had a feeling we were being watched since our arrival.
I'm quite sorry for causing concern. Nira has been auditing Argentum Trade Guild.
Ah, so you were keeping an eye on us because we came in on a guild ship.
How ironic that your suspicion should happen to prove our innocence.
It appears I was too hasty in judging you. I should not have attacked you so suddenly.
Chat, it was a misunderstanding fight. It was a misunderstanding fight. They were doing Iron Man and Thor. Dude, that's crazy.
My apologies.
Even more than I thought. That's insane. Wow, they don't give a
No,
man.
that's fine. Nobody got hurt in the end. I'm just glad it all got cleared up now.
An apology from the illustrious Flamebringer, a rare reward in itself.
No.
Tora's still not happy! Should get year's supply of tasty sausages as compensation!
Master Pawn, have some self-respect.
I will do what I can within my own means to compensate you. By the way, the culprit who fled the scene, might I ask what manner of connection you have with them? You must tell me all. I see. It seems it would be best for all of us if we work together for the moment.
Us work with you?
Indeed. My goal is to capture the artificial blade and track down the criminals behind its actions. And from what you just told me, those I seek likely have Tora's father held captive. Would you not say our interests align?
I guess so.
Well, it's definitely better to have her working with us than against us. We shouldn't take the power of Brigid, jewel of the Empire, too lightly. If she went all out on me, even I wouldn't be able to hold back. And then
Nope.
we'd burn this place.
Nope. Nope. No. Actually, I think the prior scene proved quite well that you can handle that person holding back quite a lot. I actually think the entire circumstance of the prior fight was kind of you saying, how much exactly are we holding back? What is happening? Well, what is going on? I like we're losing logical consistency within minutes. Man, I don't know, man.
To the ground.
I am honored that the Aegis herself thinks so highly of me.
You may not remember it, but I faced
Oh,
you
I see. I see. We wrote that line in here just so that we could say this.
a few times before. Let's just say it wasn't easy.
Oh, really?
Backstory.
But that's a story for another time. What do you say, guys?
The entire game is a story for another time.
Avoid making an enemy of them.
All right then. So, from this moment on, I suppose we're allies.
Game was definitely rushed and it shows. I disagree. I don't think what I'm seeing here is evidence that the game is rushed. I think what I'm seeing here is evidence that that it's bad. I think there are a lot of ways that you can end up at bad, and it is impossible for us to know. It is impossible for us to know.
I will return to the palace. If you learn anything new, please send word. I will instruct the palace guards to allow you audience with me.
All right.
Holy shit.
Are you sure you wish to partner yourself with these people?
Just as you were not using your full strength, neither still will
Bro,
I.
what is this? What is this politics of using your full strength? This is insane. This game thinks it's Dragon Ball Z, and it's like we have a whole fight. I'm trying my hardest, and then at the end of the fight, every single character looks at each other and goes, "But actually, I've got Super Saiyan in the tank, dude."
Yet you saw the power they demonstrated.
Power.
How could I not feel intrigued?
Drawn by your driver instincts?
Something like that. And besides... I get the feeling that if I stay near that boy, I might bear witness to something quite extraordinary.
Okay, remember before where I was like, I'm not making a moral judgment of you if you like this game? Oh my god, are they tempting me? Holy shit. Holy shit.
It sounds like you have quite the adventure. But it's good that you work things out.
Oh, I forgot when I voiced this character years ago.
Anyway, we'll see if we can track Lila down somehow ourselves.
I too will see if I can find any leads. No matter what, Mooey Mooey and friends will find Professor Tatazo.
It's so funny that people are like, this gets better, because like, I better fucking hope. Like, I fucking hope it gets better. Oh my god. Oh, I'm dying. I am dying, chat. I am dying. Okay. Oh, what a time to be alive. All right. Yep. Uh-huh. Lila and Poppy use basically the same design. Wow, it's like they're aligned in the same way that other people we know might be aligned. It would be cool if we did something with that. If we if we ask around to find out who buys those materials, it might lead us to whoever built her. Rare, good suggestion from Masterpon. Damn, roasted. So Tora, what materials exactly would they need to make an artificial blade? Damn, this game is obsessed with itself. It is so indulgent. I cannot believe the pacing of this. We should have gotten to this point. Man, it's like it feels what's the word people use in games? Padded. It feels like padding. Oh my god. I'm just like uninterested in okay. Jake, this chapter is rock bottom. If you get past this, you've bought in 100 times over. All right. We're getting past it. We're getting past it. We have to. Wow, we got vivid love. That's what I like to see, baby. Oh my god. Oh my god, chat. Okay. Chat, we're shutting it down for the day. I realize we got absolutely nothing fucking done today. I need to be a man of my word, and when I say I'm going to play the video game, actually play the video game, I just think we're embarking on a whole quest, and I'm like, I guess this is as good a stopping time as any. I don't know. Should I at least go and like pick up all the materials so that the next time we play, we can kind of like start this thing off correctly? Is that a good idea? Yeah. Okay. Go a bit further. Okay. Where am I trying to? Is it clear where I need to go, or am I just walking around talking to people? Oh no! It looks like we're going there. Okay. It's direct? Oh, okay.
Let's get going.
Oh, Perry Perry, of course. You're Perry Perry, right? Yep. Rex, such a coincidence to be here. You haven't bought any cargo from Gormont, have you? Have so. Even though you were in Argentum? I came from there to Gormont. Then Gormont to Mor Ardain. Oh, I see. I guess that makes sense. Then Tora... Oh, I see. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Then Tora, I have something to ask Perry Perry. Did Perry Perry transport a large quantity of Bion Connector recently? Talking about the contents of the shipment in violation of trade confidentiality. Come on, we really need to know this. If it requests from Rex, Perry Perry cannot refuse. Perry Perry carried Bion Connector in yellow barrels. How many? At least 10? That's gotta be it. Perry Perry know where shipment for? Sadly, not having that information job was only bring cargo to port. But cargo unloaded here, always taken off towards city. Maybe friends find cargo inspection point near elevator, only if recipient not pick up yet, of course. All right, we'll have a look. Thanks, Perry Perry. Oh God, I'm sorry, Chad. I think I blacked out for a second. I forgot my own name. I don't. Yeah. Okay. Oh man. Oh, that's where we are. Okay. Wait, is that where we are? Yeah, that is where we are. Okay, so where's my mappy map? Mappy map? No, wait a second. Hold on. I see. Okay. I see. No, maybe I don't. Maybe I misunderstand. Do you at least like Fortnite more than Marvel Rivals? What is this at least? Where does this at least come from? I like Fortnite a lot. We got there. Do you at least like Pikmin? Yellow barrels. Yellow barrels. Yellow barrels. Oh my god. According to memory of Poppy, yellow barrels were definitely there. So that means somebody took them. I can only assume as much. Well, that leaves us without any leads. Oh man. No. We actually do have a lead. We can just go there instead. Oh, that's such a good idea. Let's go there instead. Okay. I love stories because you say, oh, let's go there to investigate this thing, and then you get there and nothing's there, and then the game just says, dog, it's all good. We had a second other thing that we could have done this whole time. And you go, what? No way. I actually need a second other thing right now. And the story goes, dude, match made in heaven. Allow me to present this other second thing. And that is the joy of, oh, fuck. Sorry about that, Rexy Poo. That is the joy. Okay. Oh, no. Please answer question of Tora. Sorry. I don't talk to poo-poos. Maybe if you bought something, you'd get it out of me. Okay. Do I buy something from you? Okay. Great. Yeah. Give me one of these. And give me one of those. Okay. Okay. So what were you wanting to ask? Tora wants to know if somebody bought certain... So stupid. All right. Tora wants to know if somebody bought certain parts in large quantity or took them to somebody. When you say certain parts, there are quite many variety. Tora lists them one after... Okay. All right. Oh, we got one. Okay. Okay. All right. We've got another lead. We've got another lead, chat. We've got another lead. We're going after another guy. All right. We got a lead. We got a lead. We know where we're going next. Delightful. Is there anything I should get from these shopkeepers? Do they have good stuff? All right, the cylinders. Port chip. Who do I get chips from? What kind of shopkeep has chips? Is it you? No. It's the sword icon? Okay. Chips. Huge. All right. You, dude. You need help. Oh, this is big. This is really big. Okay. Huge. Excellent. Okay. Oh, these are all huge. Is there any reason I don't just get these for everybody? I mean, this feels like such a massive upgrade. The numbers going up are quite large. Oh, I think Mithra had like nothing equipped is the thing, you know. Oh, nothing. Oh, see, this does nothing. This does nothing for Cosmos. Is Cosmos too disgusting? What is the... Oh, wait. I was looking at the wrong menu. It does something. Okay, great. Wow. Oh, my God. What have you been doing? Oh. Oh, no. I didn't equip it. Hold. 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 No. No. Now I have to suffer through menus. No. No. Shit. We got there, baby. Hell yeah. Okay. Now, this brings it up to 165. Is this definitely the best one we have? Yeah, it is. It's just the best one. All right. Sick. All right. A new rare one or one you want to use, by the way? What is that in reference to? Oh, whoops, whoops. Nope, nope. Take me back. You might want to beat up small foxes in the wild if you want better stuff than what you can find in the shops. All right, well, I feel like we have so much money that I might as well, like, what am I really losing by doing this? You know what I mean? Manually look through your blade's affinity trees. Oh, okay, that's right. Whoa, whoa, whoa there, Mithra. Get a grip. Get a grip, dog. You're losing money? No. I've never lost money in my life. There we go. Cool. Yeah.
I feel a change. I have something fun I want to try.
Okay. God damn it. Okay.
Poppy's strength increase.
This is easier to do from the character menu? Of course it is. Guys. All right, I might as well do this. Right? I've got some points.
Nice one.
Can I not go to that outer? Oh, I see. That's a different button. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Nice one.
Okay.
That takes care of that. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Piece of cake. Time for a break.
That was pretty good. That was pretty much the nighttime snacks song.
Piece of cake. Time for a break. Good work, puppy.
Let's try this power out next time.
System functions expanded.
I haven't even begun to stretch.
Man. Jake, what game do you think will win Game of the Year versus what do you think should win? At the Game Awards, Expedition 33 will win Game of the Year. What should win Game of the Year? I don't know. I think it depends on what you like. What do I think is like truly like artistically like the best game of the year? Like that's such a. I don't know. I don't care. Like, if is that the point of the Game Awards? Like, I think that the point of the Game Awards is to talk about the most popular games as much as you can. And if that's the goal, then whatever wins at the Game Awards is what should win at the Game Awards, I guess. Bonanza? Nah, not for me. Not for me. Blueprints. Okay. Thank everybody for tuning in. I gotta shut it down. I need to go on a walk. I'm fiending. I'm fiending for a walk. I'm fiending for a snack. What a time to be alive. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Dear God. I think we'll probably be back Monday, Tuesday next week. I'll keep you posted. Keep you posted on the Discord. And otherwise, I actually really want to go on this walk. So the redemptions or whatever, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like dying. I'm like dying to get my face out of the computer screen right now. But thank you so much. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching the stream as always. Hope you had a good time. If you haven't already, be sure to check out Peter's album, which we posted the link to earlier, Defeater, available on Spotify, Peter Hunt and the Great Outdoors. And if you haven't already, please check out our podcast, the Critical Error Podcast, about how we talk about video games. We are trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. When we do get 1,000 subscribers, by the way, I think that's when we unlock the ability to have channel members. And I think once we have the ability to have channel members, we will make it so that the bonus episodes are not just available for Patreon subscribers, but also available if people would rather be YouTube members. That could be another way to get the bonus pod. Bonus pod's great. Patreon.com/critical error. Thank you, everybody. Have a good weekend. Oh my God, Peter's still here. Maybe he did what I said. Maybe he did what I said and he just put the stream on and it was he owed me as much. When we hit 1,000, we will get matching critical error tattoos. Wow, that's crazy. What would it take? What would it take for us to get matching critical error tattoos? That's a pretty big. I absolutely did that. That's good. That's a pretty big move. I think we would have to make that like a Patreon goal. Very little. Stop. Don't do this. Don't be so easy. Peter's always so easy. He just wants to give it up at the drop of a hat. He needs to learn it's a game. It's a cat and mouse game. You know what I mean? We'll talk it over. We'll talk it over. All right, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Let's play some Kirby Air Ride this weekend on the Discord. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you all soon. Goodbye, chat.